You outgrew your CR-V. The Forester's got crumbs in the third row that haven't seen sunlight in 3 years. You need more. You need space. You need something that actually works for your life. But here's the real question. Nobody's asking. Are you buying the right one? Today, we've got 3 of the best 3-row family SUVs on the market, and one of them is brand new. One of them is the most practical thing on the road. One of them might just be the most beautiful cabin you've ever sat in. And one of them has a third row that'll make your in-laws never visit again. Let's find out which one you should actually take home. Welcome to the ultimate 3-row family SUV battle. We've got the Toyota Grand Highlander, the grown-up RAV4 that actually delivers on space and practicality. The Mazda CX-90, the sleek, sporty underdog that drives like nothing else in this class. And the all-new redesigned Hyundai Palisade, a vehicle that walked into this test wearing a luxury suit at a non-luxury price. 3 completely different philosophies, 3 completely different drivers, one winner. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one belongs in your driveway. Now, I know what you're thinking. How different can 3 family SUVs really be? We're not talking sports cars here. But I'm telling you, spend some real time with these 3, and the differences become massive. We're talking interiors, cargo space, tech, third row livability, driving feel, value, all of it. So buckle up. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's start with the Toyota. Now, the Grand Highlander doesn't just mean a bigger Highlander, it means a better one. And from the outside, it shows. This thing is big, confident, and clean. The proportions are right. It sits tall on the road. The front grille is wide and commanding. The body lines are straightforward. No drama, no fuss, and honestly, that kind of suits this vehicle's entire personality. This isn't a car trying to impress you at a stoplight. This is a car trying to impress you on a Tuesday morning school run. And in that mission, it succeeds. Step inside and the first thing you notice is how practical this thing is. And I mean that as a genuine compliment. You've got a big storage bin right here, cup holders, a massive center console, and this nice wide shelf in front of the passenger. It's the kind of thoughtful touch that makes a difference when you're juggling a coffee, a phone, and your kid's soccer bag. The materials, not fancy, not flashy, but everything is well put together, and they've kept that fingerprint magnet piano black trim to an absolute minimum. Thank you, Toyota. Now this is something I genuinely love. Physical climate controls. Buttons that don't move, don't hide in menus, and don't require a software update. The screen is integrated cleanly. It doesn't look like a tablet someone glued to the dash, and the layout just makes sense. The downside? Toyota wants you to subscribe to use the navigation, and voice commands, and music streaming. That's 3 potential subscriptions on top of your car payment. Our advice? Plug in your phone, use wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and save yourself the money. The seats are comfortable, if a little flat on the bottom. And if you live somewhere cold, the seat heaters. They're a bit weak, but the second row is where things really open up. Tons of room back here, and I mean tons. Heated outboard seats on this limited trim, 2 USB ports, climate controls, a household outlet, and the air vents are up in the ceiling, exactly where they should be. Car seat installation? Super easy. Wide door openings, easy to reach latch anchors, and enough room that a rear-facing seat doesn't push the front passenger into the dashboard. The third row takes a little more effort to access. This latch to tilt and slide the seat is a bit stiff, and kids might struggle with it. But once you're back there, surprisingly livable. Real legroom, USB ports, a storage bin. This third row isn't punishment. It's actually usable for real humans. Under the hood, the Grand Highlander gives you 3 powertrain options, 2 hybrids, and 1 gas engine. We're in the gas, and honestly, it's probably the least exciting of the 3. Around town, it's perfectly fine. Smooth, easy, competent. But if you're fully loaded with people and luggage and trying to merge onto a steep highway on-ramp, you might be waiting just a beat longer than expected. The ride, though, this thing is composed, smooth. It absorbs bumps and potholes like they're nothing, and it stays settled even over the rough stuff. It's not sporty, it's not trying to be, but it nails every fundamental you'd want from a family SUV. The driver assistance suite is solid. Adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, even a predictive drive system that can slow you down for curves. There's also a hands-free traffic jam assist that works under 25 miles per hour, though the system toggles on and off so frequently in stop and go that it gets a little annoying. Small gripe, big picture. This is a very easy vehicle to live with. Best cargo room of the three, by a lot. With seats folded, we're talking near minivan levels of space. Second and third rows are genuinely usable for full-sized adults. Standard driver assistance features on every trim. Physical controls that are actually intuitive. Interior materials feel utilitarian. It's not a pretty cabin. Subscription required for navigation and voice commands. Annoying. The base gas engine is the weakest option. The hybrid is the one you want. Third row access latch is stiff and hard for kids. If you are the president of the Never Minivan Club, but you need minivan level space, the Grand Highlander is your car. It's for the family that hauls stuff. Sports equipment, strollers, Costco runs, camping gear. It's for the parent who needs a vehicle that just works every single time without fuss. It's not glamorous, but it is genuinely excellent at what it's designed to do. Now this is a looker. The Mazda CX-90 is the most visually striking vehicle in this test, and it's not even close. Low, sleek roofline, sharp creases running down the side, wide planted stance. It looks like Mazda asked, what if a family SUV was also a little bit of a luxury vehicle, and then actually built that car? The grille is elegant, the headlights are sophisticated, and from the rear, the proportions are just right. If design matters to you, and for a lot of buyers it really does, the CX-90 wins on looks. Step inside and wow. For a company known for putting driving experience first, Mazda absolutely knows how to build an interior. The materials quality is a clear step above the Toyota. Think closer to Lexus territory than three-row family hauler. Every touch point, the leather, the trim, the controls, they all feel premium. The driving position is perfect. The steering wheel is the right size. You feel connected to this machine from the moment you sit down. But, and this is a meaningful but, when it comes to storage and tech, this thing falls short. Cup holders that can't even fit a standard cup. A center console that looks wide but is barely deep. And small item storage, basically non-existent compared to the Toyota. And the infotainment system, this is where we have to have an honest conversation. This isn't a true touchscreen. You use this knob down here to navigate through menus while you're driving. Now, Mazda loyalists will tell you they've gotten used to it, and I believe them. But compared to the other two vehicles in this test, this system feels like it belongs in a different era. The navigation looks like it's printing maps from 2008. And in a world where the competition is delivering seamlessly integrated modern tech experiences, this just doesn't keep up. The second row has good materials, premium actually, but the space is noticeably smaller than the other two SUVs. The seats do slide a lot for legroom, but using all that travel compromises whoever's in the third row. And the air vents? They're down low, not in the ceiling. If you've got a rear-facing car seat here, that child gets zero airflow. That's a real problem. And now, the third row. I want to be fair here, but I also need to be real. Getting back here requires some contortion. The opening is small. The space once you're inside is not great. An adult sitting behind a reasonably positioned driver will have their knees touching the seat. And worse, their feet get trapped under the seat in front. The window is tiny, the pillar is massive, and the air vent, it blows directly onto your calves. This third row is kid-only territory. Full stop. Adults will rebel immediately. Here's where the CX-90 completely redeems itself. Because behind the wheel, this thing is special. The straight-six engine is my personal favorite of the three we have here. It feels quick, noticeably quicker than the Toyota, and it especially comes alive in sport mode, where it holds gears with enthusiasm. Paddle shifters if you want them. Steering that actually has weight and feel. A suspension that's tighter and more responsive. This is the only vehicle in this test that's actually fun to drive. And I mean that. The trade-off is ride comfort. It bounces around a bit more than the others. But if you're the kind of person who actually enjoys the act of driving, the CX-90 offers something the other two simply cannot. Best driving experience in the class, it's genuinely fun. Premium interior materials that punch above this price point. Best exterior design of the three. Standard all-wheel drive. Third row is only viable for children. Adults won't last long. Cargo space is significantly smaller than the competition. Infotainment system feels a generation behind. Blind spot system is too sensitive, and you can't turn it off because the blind spots are genuinely large. Cup holders can't fit a normal-sized cup. The CX-90 is for the driver who refuses to sacrifice the joy of driving just because they now need a third row. It's for the enthusiast who has kids but still loves cars. It's for the person who prioritizes how the car looks and how it feels from the driver's seat above all else. If you have young kids who will use the third row occasionally, and you spend most of your time driving solo or with one other adult, the CX-90 deserves serious consideration. But if your third row needs to carry actual people regularly, look elsewhere. The redesigned Palisade walked into this comparison with a point to prove. And from the outside, statement made. The new exterior is imposing. The front end is bold and upright with a wide, structured grille. The body panels have real presence. This doesn't look like a soft family hauler. It looks like something that belongs at a much higher price point. It's commanding on the road, and it knows it. Okay. I need you to stop what you're doing for a second. Hyundai says this interior was inspired by mid-century modern furniture. And you can absolutely tell. This dashboard looks like it could double as a TV stand in a Palm Springs living room. And I mean that in the best possible way. The curves are organic. There are no harsh edges anywhere. Everything follows this soft, oval motif. The materials, they feel like they come straight out of a Genesis. Soft touch everywhere. Real thought in the design. The creamy tan interior color, officially called something far less appetizing, is one of the best interior color options I've seen in any vehicle at any price. These front seats are recliners. Actual recliners. The footrests fold out. It is heated and ventilated seats, of course, but also 100-watt USB-C charging ports. To put that in perspective, a MacBook Pro brick only pushes out 95 watts. You can charge a laptop from your armrest. No cable needed. The technology suite? Dual 12.3-inch screens, a dedicated home button, which sounds small but is a genius usability decision, a built-in dash cam, and powered seat controls for all 3 rows accessible right from the driver's screen. First, second, third, you can move them, fold them, heat them, cool them, without leaving your seat. And it has a UV disinfecting chamber in the center console, because Hyundai thought of literally everything. The second row is the largest of any vehicle in this comparison. More legroom, more headroom. Powered adjustments so passengers can move their own seats without asking you to pull the lever. The headrests fold out on the sides for more comfort. The armrests have 12 click positions. There are 4 cup holders back here. a pull-out storage bin, a household outlet, ceiling vents, climate controls, and a safety feature on the rear doors that lights up if a cyclist or car is approaching, so kids can't fling the door open into traffic. That is thoughtful engineering. And the third row, this is where the Palisade separates itself completely. Heated seats back here. Never seen that on a 3-row non-luxury SUV. Power sliding third row. I have never seen that before, period. Power recline so you can give yourself more legroom or more cargo space depending on the day. 100-watt USB-C ports on both sides. Big windows. Real visibility. This is not punishment seating. This is a third row adults will actually request. Now, and I have to be honest with you, there's one real weakness in the Palisade story, the powertrain. In its redesign, the Palisade gained about 400 pounds of new equipment and features, but the engine stayed the same. The result? 0 to 60 in 8.8 seconds. Around town, it's fine. The ride is genuinely the smoothest, most comfortable of the three. The steering feels like a living room recliner. No feedback, no weight, just cloud-like calm. But get on a highway with a full load, you feel that weight. You wish for more power. The good news, Hyundai has a hybrid version of the Palisade coming. More power, better efficiency. If that version drives anything like this one but with proper grunt, it could be close to perfect. For now, just know the engine is the one thing holding this vehicle back from being completely unassailable. Best interior of any non-luxury 3-row SUV. It's not close. Third row is genuinely usable for adults. Feature set is unprecedented at this price point. Best visibility and surround view camera system. Best warranty of the bunch. Powered everything, including all 3 rows. Powertrain is underpowered for the vehicle's weight. 8.8 seconds 0 to 60 is slow. Some cargo space sacrificed for the powered seat mechanisms. Wireless charger placement catches sun glare. Hybrid version isn't here yet, so you'll want to wait if efficiency matters. The Palisade is for anyone who wants to feel like they're driving a Genesis without paying Genesis money. It's for the family that takes road trips and wants everyone to be comfortable, not just the driver. It's for the buyer who wants to pull up somewhere and have people genuinely surprised it's a Hyundai. And it's for the person who values technology, thoughtfulness, and the feeling that someone cared when they designed this thing. All right, let's bring this home. If maximum cargo space and no-nonsense practicality are your top priorities, the Toyota Grand Highlander delivers. It's not flashy, but it's brilliant at what it does. And with one of those hybrid powertrains, it's genuinely excellent. If you are a driving enthusiast who happens to need a third row, and that third row will mostly carry kids, then the Mazda CX-90 is for you. It drives better than anything in this class, looks better than anything in this class, and feels premium in all the right ways. Just know you're making a trade-off on space and tech. And the winner? It's the Hyundai Palisade. And honestly, it's not particularly close. This thing has the best interior of any 3-row SUV that isn't wearing a luxury badge. The best tech package. The best third row. Features that no one else in this segment is even attempting. And the best warranty. The only thing standing between this vehicle and perfection is an engine that needs more power. And that hybrid fix is coming. If I had to road trip with 5 or 6 people and pick one of these, I'm grabbing the Palisade keys every single time. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one would you take home? Are you Team Toyota, Team Mazda, or Team Palisade? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this video helped you make sense of the 3-row SUV market, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps us keep making content like this. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we test hundreds of cars every year, and we're not slowing down anytime soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.